All right, here we are for 6-string Saturday, which is now 6-string Tuesday. So here we go. Last lesson, we did a review of some fingerpicking blues, and we're going to carry on with reviewing those sorts of concepts. The information that I'll be giving you is available on my website. What I'm going to do is give you the link for the sheet that I'm going to be using right on the chat there, if you're interested in picking it up. There we go. Okay. So some warm-up stuff. Let's get a little bit of warm-up stuff going here. Okay, so a lot of what we'll be doing is double stop picking. So two fingers, right? What I want to do is just do a little bit of practice there. Let's just put our fingers on strings 2 and 3 and just pluck, okay? Just get that feel. Try to make the sounds, the volume between the two strings equal. That can be hard because middle finger's longer, right? So you may have to bend it a little bit more in order to get a comfortable, whoops, oh my gosh, a comfortable position. See that? Okay. Let's move to strings 1 and 2. So I'm using these two right now, but maybe you want to use these 2 fingers. Okay, that's okay too. For this particular set of lessons, I would encourage you just to work on your technique with these 2 though, okay? And then, oops, I gotta move that microphone, I'm gonna keep slamming it. All right, next step. Okay, again, just to practice, right? So index and middle, and then thumb on the 6th string. That's one of the techniques we'll be using. The other one, index and middle on strings 1 and 2. Thumb moves to the 5th string. So just back and forth, right? Chords we'll be using. Let's take a look at that. So these are just small chords, little partial chords. So when I say the E7 chord, you'll have a finger on the 3rd fret of your 2nd string. Might be this finger. If you've got smaller hands like me, might be this finger. And see how I've got a finger on the 3rd fret of the 2nd string and the 1st fret of string 3. Okay, that's going to be your E7 chord shape. If that feels, I like that sound. If that feels like it might be a little too stretchy for you right now, then you might want to just focus on the 3rd fret, okay? And just pluck that with 1 finger. Okay. Let's try our A7 chord shape. Now, it's all in the PDF, which I will be sharing with you. But I want you just to focus on my hands and see how you do with making these shapes. 3rd fret on the 1st string, 2nd fret on the 2nd string. So you might use these 2 fingers. You might use these 2. Might use that, okay? You find what works for you, okay? So that's our A7 chord shape. Okay, back to our E7. Whatever finger you use on the 3rd fret for the A7, it's nice if you can use it just to bunny hop back up to the E7 chord shape. Now see, that's kind of stretchy for me, so I'm probably going to be doing this. Back to our A7. So we're just reviewing things right now. 3 and 2. There is one more that's going to be coming, which is our B7 chord shape. Again, these are partial chords. So it's 2 on the first string, second string open, or no fingers. Okay, and from there, let's go to our A7, using the fingers that are comfortable for you. 3 and 2, see that? And then E7, 3 and 1. Okay, so what we'll do is we'll play our A7, our E7. Let's hit our E7 4 times now. So E7, 1, 2, 3, 4, A7. Okay, see that change? Whatever finger works for you. Let's hit that 4 times. 1, 2, 3, 4. Back to our E7 shape. 1, 2, 3, 4. And let's do that again. 1, 2, 3, 4, A7. So at this point, we're outlining our blues progression to kind of tune your ear into it. A7, 4 times. 4 more times. E7. 4 more times. From there, we're going to do our B7 shape. Okay, first string, fret 2, second string open. A7, so that's 3 and 2. E7. Then we're going to hit the B7 again. 2 and open. That'll turn us around into playing the progression again. But for now, we're going to end off back with our E7 shape. At the end, you might feel fancy and want to hit the first string open because the first string open is an E. Hear that sound? You could just hit it once and go. Okay, so that's the harmony of the song. I'm just going to take a peek over here for just a... Okay, now we're going to start throwing in some picking, okay? We're going to have it so our thumb comes first. We're going to go like this. Hear that? So thumb, fingers, thumb, fingers, thumb, thumb. That's for our E7. Then when we go to our A7 chord shape, our thumb's going to move to our 5th string. We're going to go thumb, fingers, thumb, fingers, thumb, thumb. Okay. Back to E7. Fingers go to strings 2 and 3. Thumb goes to 6th string. And repeat that. Thumb, fingers, thumb, fingers, thumb, thumb. Back to our A7. Then our thumb, of course, goes to our 5th string. And our thumb's going to our 5th string because that 5th string note is an A. Let's play that again. Thumb, fingers, thumb, fingers, thumb, thumb. Let's go to E7. 6th string is an E. That's why we're using that for our E7 chord. Thumb, fingers, thumb, fingers, thumb, thumb. And again. Now we've encountered the B7. So watch my fingering as I go from my E7 shape. Oh, that's handy. See, that finger is just sitting there waiting to be put down on the 2nd fret. 1st string is open, but we need a bass note to go along for that B7. And that bass note is on the 2nd fret of our 5th string. Okay. If we were to make a full B7 chord, it would look a little different. Just keep that in mind. But we've got our 2nd fret on our 5th string, 1st string, 2nd fret, 2nd string open. There we go. And we're going to go. from there, we're going to go right to our A7, which is 3rd fret on the 1st string, 2nd fret on the 2nd string, 5th string open. And then from there, our E7, and now our thumb's on our 6th string. Back to our B7, 2nd fret on our 5th string, 2nd string open, 1st string, fret 2. And we're going to end it there. It's our E7 chord. Optional 1st string if you want to add that in. Look at this. So I've got 3rd fret on my 2nd string, 1st string open. And I've got my thumb sitting there on the 6th string. And if I feel fancy, I add in my ring finger. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is just play through all that for you at a comfortable speed. Then I'll share the tabs so we can talk about that. There's turnarounds and stuff we'll add in at the end, but as we're reviewing everything, we'll just build it up like that. So, just move my camera down a tiny bit. There, that'll be easier to see my fingers. No, I think it went right back up to where it was. All right, let me share this screen now so you can check this out. All right. So let me just zip in a little bit here. Julie, how's it going? It's making sense for you? Okay. Oh, that's awesome. Oh my gosh. Okay. I love playing this sort of stuff on my guitar. You know, as a classical guitarist playing the blues. Love it so much. All right. So, here we are, level 1. I'm just going to start playing around on this first line, but what I want to do first is define how to read these chords, just to make sure you remember them. Here's our 6th string down here, all the opens that go along with the E7 chord, that's your 6th string down there. Then you've got your 1st fret on your 3rd string, 3rd fret on your 2nd string. We're not doing anything with that 1st string with the E7 until we get right to the very end. So let's just go through this again and play through it. Rhythm's the same on each bar. If you're thinking about counting it, 1 and 2 and then you've got, for the most part, open strings on the 3, 4. 1 and 2 and 3, 4. Or maybe you think TTs and TAs. T, 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 ta, ta. Whatever works for you for your rhythm. And I just go back and forth. So this sort of picking is considered dead thumb picking because the thumb keeps a steady pulse. Always plays first. 1, da, 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 da. It just keeps it going. Okay, just back and forth, always going, dead thumb picking. So let's go through. Let's play this nice and slow. Still sitting there just on the level 1 part. This compy's got 4 sheets, so we'll just dig through it a little chunk at a time. All right, here we go with under the E7. Now to A7, move your fingers to strings 1 and 2. Now we're on the E7 bar 3. And then repeat it. Line 2, move to your A7, right on, and repeat. Back to E7, right on. To B7, got it? Good. A7. You're right on. And E7. And we'll do a turnaround. We'll hit the B7. And there's a repeat marker there, the dots and the double line. So we'll go back to the beginning and play through it again. A7. E7. Nice. And E7 again. A7. Good. Right on. E7. Cool. B7. Nice. A7. Julie, you're rocking this. That's so cool. E7. Hit that B7. Find it there? Yeah, right on. And the final one, that E7 with the optional first string open. Yeah? Oh, okay, you got it. Let me just take a peek in here on... Oh, Mallory's on. Mallory, hi! You've joined me. So nice. What a sweet girl. All right, so let's take a look at what's cooking with this optional turnaround. Okay, so I'm going to scroll up a little bit. Actually, I'll stop sharing and I'll just show you my chords on there, and then I'll come back into the tab. That's probably a better option here. So the last two bars that we did there, where it was E7 and then B7, here's something else you can do. We'll just do it a little chunk at a time. You know how you've got your normal E7 chord is like this, right? 3 and 1. Well, let's substitute this. Let's go 3 and 4. Okay, and then we'll drag the chord back 1 fret. And then 1 more fret. Let's go back up and do that again. Let's hit our 6th string open first to define that E sound. And then 3 and 4. 2 and 3. Still on those same 2 strings, right? 1 and 2. And how about 1 and open? Okay, I'm going to play that again. So these are all taws, if you're thinking about that rhythm, or 1, 2, 3, 4. 6th string open, 3 and 4, 2 and 3, 1 and 2. I don't normally play with these fingers tucked away like that. I'm just doing that so you can just see these 2 fingers. And then 1 and open, still with your 6th string open. Well, that sounds kind of cool. Now we got to add something else in there to give it a little bit of a more of an edge, and that's going to be our 5th string. 1, 2. Okay, try that again on the 5th string. 1, 2. So this is under the category of optional turnaround. It's underneath the level 1 tab. I'll play it again and then I'll share it and show you where you can put it in. Okay, we got to look at that now. That turnaround's so much fun to do. Julie, do you remember the turnaround? Oh, yes, right on. Good. Yeah, we're reviewing. Oh, it's so good. Okay. So you've got your, under the category of optional turnaround, pardon me, you've got your 6th string open for E, and then still strings 2 and 3, frets 3 and 4. This is actually just a different, right there on 3 and 4, it's just a different voicing of that E7 chord, which starts this downward slide, right? A chromatic movement is what that is, because you're hitting all those frets. So you play your 6th string open. You can see that these are all quarter notes here. Open, and then 3 and 4, 2 and 3, 1 and 2. And under that B7, it actually still starts with an E7 sound here. You've got your 6th string, and then frets 1 and open right here. And then this nice little run on the 5th string. 1, 2. And you can see in this bar, this is where you've got your 8th notes here, because they're stemmed together, right? So the rhythm is different than the rest of the song. Yeah, right on. That optional turnaround can be slotted right in the last 2 bars of the bottom line of level 1, where it says E7 and B7, where I've highlighted them in blue. You can pull those 2 out and put in that optional turnaround if you so desire. Now what I'm going to do is, I should be able to, there. Okay, let's play level 1 again. And what we'll try to do is put in that optional turnaround where I've highlighted it. Okay, we'll just see how we do. We'll go nice and slow. And we'll just play through it 1 time and see if we can get that going in there. So we won't take the repeat, we'll just do that turnaround. 1 and 2, and here we go. E7. Under the A7 now. Right on. Back to E7. And again. Next line now to A7. Walk your fingers back, right on. And again. E7. Right on. Okay, bottom line there with the B7, right on. A7. Got your A7 there? Yeah, good. Okay. And after this, we'll try the optional turnaround. Okay, so hop down to the optional turnaround. 6th string open. 3 and 4. 2 and 3. 1 and 2. O and the 1s. Yeah, right on. And now that big fat E7 at the end. That's with the 1st string open. Yeah. All right on. We did it. We did it. Yes. All right. So let's try playing through it twice then. We'll take the repeat this time. We'll do the optional turnaround. That'll stay in now. And we'll play through it. Yeah, play through it 2 times now. Oh man, I love this sound. Okay, here we go again. 1 and 2 and 3, 4. A7. Back to E7. And repeat it. A7 on the next line. Good. E7. Good. Here comes B7 to A7 and the optional turnaround. Okay, 6th string open, 3 and 4, 2 and 3, 1 and 2, O and the 1, dun, 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 ready into the top. A7, right on. ready? And that having that first string open adds that extra tension, right? If you can pluck that, you get that sound in there. Yeah, right on. Oh my gosh. Where's my mouse? There we go. So how did it feel? Was it working out okay for you?
Funny how going through it now versus when we first did it.
Yeah.
It's coming so much easier now. I know how much I struggled before with just everything.
But it's interesting, right? You have a little break from it, you come back and you realize how much you actually learned, right?
Yeah,
And it's,
yeah,
it's such a
fun.
yeah, that's cool. At the bottom of that first sheet, I've got bass notes that we wound up using in there as time progressed. So I think that we should also just review those, because looking at it, boy, did we ever get complex with that one, hey? So cool. Okay, let's check out those bass notes at the end. Make sure we got them all lined up. Yeah, it's amazing how much we did in July, hey? With all that? Oh, so cool. All right, so what I'm looking at now is the bass note section. And this would be good for you to practice playing and just keeping your fingers comfortable. And I would play that just all with my thumb. So we've got where it says E, G, G sharp A sharp B, all that. Let's play through it. So we've got our 6th string open. And then the 3rd fret on our 6th string. 4th fret on our 6th string. 5th string open for A. 1st fret for A sharp or B flat. 2nd fret for B. And then we've got our 4th string open for D. And 2nd fret for E. And that covers all the different notes that we might have been using to walk around between chord sounds in the coming levels. So let's run through it again, and we'll just maybe play each note twice this time with our thumb and get the feel of that. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. So 6th string open, 3rd fret, 4th fret, good. 5th string open, 1st fret, nice. 2nd fret, 4th string, and 2nd fret of that 4th string. Good. Let's try playing it backwards now. Right at the top on that second fret. Here we go, 2 times there. 4th string open now. Good. 2nd fret on the 5th string. Right on. You got it. Yep. And now 1st fret. And then open. 6th string, fret 4. 3rd fret. And open. Right on. It sounds cool, hey? I like it. It's just got like it's kind of serpentines around there. For reference, at the bottom here, we've got the main shapes that we're using written out in tab and also as chord charts so that you can follow it either way. Boy, did I ever go to work on this stuff in July. This is awesome. So it's worthwhile when you play those chords, say the names. Don't just play the tab, but say E7, A7. Now that says B5, but I would be saying B7 there. I would be thinking about that. Okay, and then back to A7 and E7. I'd just be walking through it just like that. Make sure anytime you say these chords while you're playing it, you're being more active with your learning, and it just makes such a big difference in terms of learning a little more quickly and a little more efficiently. It makes such a big difference. All
Tina,
right, so
could you go over what what fingers you're using for that B7?
yeah, can you see my hand okay, or should I stop sharing the screen?
No, you're fine.
Okay, I'm just going like this. I've got my ring finger on my first string and my pointer finger on my fifth. I like that because in the song you're going from that B to the A7, and watch how I move there, right? That's a fingering I use. So I go from here and then I pivot my hand a bit and I can drop down to that A7 comfortably. And it makes most, when I'm playing stuff like this, I often think about economy of movement. You know, what makes most sense to move smoothly from one chord to another. So I might not keep that fingering if I was using that B7 in a different application, but for this, that's the one that's most comfortable for me.
Okay, thanks.
Oh, you're welcome. Now I'm going to stop sharing for a second. We'll take a little break, and then I think we might just carry on reviewing the next chunk. I just want to take a look. I wonder how. So Mallory said hi, but Mallory, how's school going today? She's peeking in on us from class, so we'll find out. Hopefully things are going well. The next, I think we can just carry on to reviewing level 2 in our review classes here, because what we're going to do there, I don't know if you remember this or not, Julie, but level 2, we just do the turnaround to start it all off too. So let's have a little coffee break and then we'll go for level 2. So when I came downstairs yesterday, I think it was, I found this amazing display of like a pyramid of little tiny coffee crisps waiting for me. It was pretty nice, boy. Just all sitting there on the desk right in front of the keyboard. So delicious. Julie, did you hear my tummy? Oh my gosh, I got a gurgly tummy today. Okay, I'm gonna play level 2 now, and then we'll play it together, and I'll share the screen, all that stuff. But I'm gonna start off with this. I'm doing a little wiggle there. There's my B7. I didn't repeat it, but I just wanted to do a little bit there just to kind of get us lined up for that. So let's look at it. So this level 2, just throwing in that turnaround to start it all off, and then we play it again at the end of the progression. So let's do that, and then we'll take a look at optional ideas after we've established the turnaround as an intro too. So when I started the turnaround, though, something that I did not do was I didn't play the 6-string open there. I just started right in with the chords. So that would be the difference between the intro and having it embedded in the song. All right, so let's try it out. Right on the 3 and 4, we'll go nice and slow. 2, 3, 4, 1. Here we go, 3 and 4, 2 and 3, 1 and 2, and then the opens. 1, 2, 3, 4. Here we go. A7. Right on. Next line with your E7. And again. A7. Right on. And another A7. line for E7. Here comes a B7, A7, right on. Nice fingering. And turn around, 6th string open, 3 and 4, 2 and 3, 1 and 2, 1 and open, and to the repeat. Here we go on E7, A7, E7 on the next line, right on, repeat it, A7, next line with E7, right on. B7, A7, turn around. And the final chord, E7 with the 1st string open. Cha! Julie, your fingering between the A7 and the B7 was perfect. You looked so comfortable moving back and forth between them. So awesome. The turnaround optional ideas. I'm going to play a few different things. Here's the optional ideas. This is where you start figuring out what sound you like with that turnaround. So the first one we've done was just the quarter notes. Boom. Just marching down, right? With the 3, 4, 2, 3, 1, and 2. But you could play them as 8th notes, pluck each one twice. So 3 and 4, 2 and 3, 1 and 2. That's a nice feel, right? Let's try that one again. Oh yeah, right? Like that's got a good feel, right? So that's that first one there. So you're just doing extra plucking still as double stops. The fingers are together. The next one, what we did was we split it apart. So what I do there is on the 3rd string, I use my index finger to play the 3rd string notes, middle finger to play the 2nd string notes, because that's just already been established with the picking we're doing. Now I'm going to stop sharing the screen and just show my fingering there. All right, so when I do that, I've got my 3 and 4 there, get my 6th string open, and then I play index finger, middle on that 2nd string, slide back. Okay, so you got this sound. Okay, so that's splitting them apart as opposed to, so now we've got these options. We've got all quarter notes. Or playing our double stops as 8th notes together like that, or split them apart. Keep in mind that when I'm playing these, I'm kind of swinging them too, right? The last one that I have is triplets. So I'm playing strings 3, 2, 3. Then change my chord. And then again. That one can get busy. See how I'm picking? So it's repeated plucks with that index finger, so that can feel a little bit funny sometimes. So let's practice those turnarounds. I'll share the screen again and we can practice them, and you can decide the sound you like, right? And use different optional ideas when you're playing the song. All right, so the 8th note one, let's run through all these optional ideas down here at the bottom of the screen. 6th string open and 8th notes. Let's try the next one now, where they're split apart. Okay, so optional idea number 2 there. So you got your 6th string open, and then you're going to play 3rd string, 2nd string, and then shift. You're right on, down to 2 and 1. All right. Now let's do the triplet one. I made it sound ominous. Okay, so 6th string open. You've got your chords, and you're going to play strings 3, 3, good, and then shift. Yep. You're right on. And we're ignoring all the endings, right? We're just looking at the first part of the turnaround, so it sounds unfinished. I feel like I got to do this. Oh, that feels better. You know, there's another one that you could do too, and that's doing double stop triplets. That could be a lot of fun too. So, I mean, you could think of the word like strawberry. Boom, strawberry, 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 to help keep the feel of 3 plucks per. And that would be just a variation of the repeated double stops, right? So you could play them as quarter notes, or 8th notes as indicated here with the optional idea, or triplets. So much fun. All these ideas. Okay, so let's define one that we're going to do. Let's do the optional idea number 1 with the repeated 8th notes. Let's try to toss that in for the intro and the ending. Like each time we play the turnaround, let's just try to get the repeated, this one. And we'll play that through the progression, okay? So we'll start with it, we'll throw it in at the ending, and we'll play through the whole thing twice, or the repeated section twice. Here we go. 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 3, 3, 2 and 3, 1 and 2, 3, 4. Good. A7, E7, repeated, A7, next line for E7, here comes that B7, A7, and turn around, double. Right on. Okay, let's play it again. A7 now. E7. And repeat it. A7. E7. Here comes B7. A7. Turn around with repeated notes. And ending. Right on. I forgot to mention, for people that are new to watching this, when you're reading like looking at the top of the page there, where it has the 012 at the turnaround at the beginning, we've got this little tiny line that, can you see where my mouse is, Julie? Where it's circling? Yeah, okay, good. That means that 2 is tied on for 2 extra beats. So you've got, that can be hard to read it if you're not used to reading this particular tablature. So you've got 1 and 2 and 3, 4. That's what's going on there. So there's a little tie right next to that 2, little tiny line. little loop there. And anytime you're reading this particular tablature, this is Guitar Pro that I'm using, they indicate a 2-beat note with this little tiny line there, which it's hard to find it, right? But that's where you get more and more comfortable with it as you go reading this sort of stuff. But that's what that is there. And that's why I was going 1 and 2 and 3, 4, and then we'd start to help define that rhythm there. Well, that felt pretty good there. Now, with the turnaround optional ideas, Julie, is there one that you liked more than the other? Or one that you felt, like when I say liked more, felt more comfortable with, or liked the sound of? No? Okay, what I want you to do, you got homework, right? Level 1 and 2 review, and play around with the optional ideas. What I would suggest you do is play through it, because you've got the 3, and then the 4th one I suggested where you pluck do the double stops as triplets too. Now that's not written down there.
Right.
So, I mean, that's kind of like an extra bonus material. What I would do is I would play through this song and practice using the different turnarounds.
Okay.
Get comfortable with the rhythm. The triplets at the end that are pulled apart there, that can be the trickiest because you're having to pluck fairly quickly with your index and middle finger. So get comfortable with the other two first, because it's, the triplets are an extension of playing the 8th note separately, plucking the 8th note separately. So get comfortable with that and then do the triplets. And a word to help keep it going, like I said, strawberry, blueberry, anything that's a 3-syllable word is good to do.
Okay.
Yeah. And I think that will be far enough, I think, because level 3, we start adding in those elements of the scale, right? That scale that we played through, elements of that start to come in to create leading tones to move you from one chord to another. So we'll save that for next week. I think that would be a good idea, because otherwise it's going to become a lot to practice. But for next week, make sure that you're comfortable with those optional turnaround ideas, as well as scrolling back up to level 1, playing through those bass notes so that you're ready to incorporate them into level 3. Yeah, it'll be fun. Now, just as a preview of what'll be coming up next week, I'm going to play that. You know what I'll do is I'll play level 2 with an optional turnaround, and I'll do a couple of different optional turnarounds, and then I'm going to play level 3 so you can start to hear what's coming. I do a wiggle. I talked about that and I didn't really define that. When I hit the 2 and let it ring out, see how I'm rubbing my string across my fret to do vibrato. That's so much fun to do, especially because that note's tied. 3, 4. So try it out, right? So that first turnaround I did was just as written. Then I'm going to change it when I get down here. Split it apart. Little wiggle. missed one, didn't I, for the turnarounds? Anyway, the triplets are fast and fancy sounding, but you just take your time, right? And strawberry, strawberry, strawberry to go through it. It's amazing how something that has a simple sound can be so enjoyable to play, hey? Oh my gosh, just love it. Okay, so level 3 has some extra color coming in the bass. So let me play through that and then we'll know what's coming up for next week. So I'll just do the quarter note, that one. Here it comes. Slide. Well, that's fun, hey? All right. So that'll be coming up next week. We'll work on the techniques for that. When you're working on this sort of stuff, like Julie, I know that you've done level 3 before, but get comfortable again with levels 1 and 2 and the techniques there, and then we'll just build onto it. If you have questions as we go, then just put them in. Reach out to me, right? Email me or message me in the fingerpicking group. It'll be super awesome. But I think for now, we're going to be done with our YouTube live stream. So thank you very much for everyone that's joined me on YouTube. Mallory, I hope